Throughout the long history of DC Comics, there have been a lot of adaptations from movies, games, and shows of great suits from the comics that we haven't really seen adapted in live action before. So that's something I want to talk about today and give you guys some of my favorite suits and some of the best adaptations of suits from DC in live action. So let's get into it. This is only talking about the heroes, so I will make a video talking about the villains sometime soon. So we have 5 suits and 2 honorable mentions, so let's begin with our honorable mentions to get them out of the way. The first honorable mention I have is the Robin suit from Titans Season 4, which belongs to Tim Drake in this season. This was the last Robin suit that they adapted onto the show, and in my opinion is the best one. This one is adapting the recent Tim Drake suit that he uses in recent comics, and it was used by J. Kurgo in Season 4 of Titans. Probably weren't expecting to see Titans on this list, but here I am. My favorite parts of the suit are the design details because of how faithfully it adapts the comic suit, which is probably my favorite suit that Tim has ever worn really in the comics. I love the inclusion of the dark green domino mask on his face. I love the inclusion of the double-sided cape, which one part is black and the other one is yellow. And overall, just love the pop of colors. Colors are a big thing for me, especially in superhero suits when adapting them. So I'm happy that this one got it right, especially for the darker tone of this show. And the other honorable mention we have is the David Cornsweet Superman suit from 2025 Superman. This is probably one of the best adaptations of a Superman suit that we had. I think it's about on the same level with the Christopher Reeves one, but Christopher Reeves is literally like a one-to-one recreation of the actual suit. I think this one is a better design than the DCEU ones. Those are really beautiful suits, handmade, but I really like this one because of how it feels. It feels like something Superman or Martha or anyone else could make at home, so I really do like it for that. And also really like that they added new design elements to make it feel different for this specific take on Superman, and something we haven't really seen in the comics before, like the inclusion of a collar, which is inspired by New 52 probably, the Kingdom Come crest, and then the lines all over the suit, which I think add a lot for a suit that's merely adapting a Superman suit, which is just a simple blue and red suit. The colors really pop, which is something I really do like. They look really great, especially in daylight, so I really like that. It also helps that David Cornsweet really embodies Superman and is a really good Superman. So let's start into the top 5. In top 5 we have the CW's The Flash suit. Yes, another television suit, but who cares? The latest suit that he used in the final season of the show, which has the new design with the new textures and all that, and with the golden boots, which are a really important detail, especially if you've been a fan of the Flash. That's something really iconic to the character, especially in the comics, so I'm happy that they finally decided to go ahead with the golden boots in the show. Once again, the colors are really great. It's a very simple design, which I do like. It has a couple lightning details on it. It's probably the best Flash suit adaptation that we've seen, and miles better than the DCEU version. For top 4, we have the Batman vs Superman suit that was used by Ben Affleck in that movie, and this is probably the best adaptation of a bat suit we've had so far. It's a really one-to-one faithful adaptation of the comics, especially inspired by The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. And it really does incorporate the colors, the take on Batman, which I really do like, an older, bigger Batman, which I like. And overall, the suit is really great. It incorporates 2 to 3 colors, which are gray, black, and a sliver of gold around his belt. The symbol, I love how big it is, especially for this take, so I really do respect it for that. Let's get on to the top 3, which begins with the Brandon Routh Superman suit from the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover from the CW as well. This is probably the best Superman suit we've had in live action so far. It looks identical to the Kingdom Come suit, which I really do like. The colors are really great. The symbol was beautifully adapted with the black and the red, and even though it has like a change in one of the final scenes of the crossover with the crest now being red and yellow instead of red and black, I still do prefer the black one. It just looks cleaner, fits this theme for Superman, and I'm really happy that Brandon Routh got a second chance to play Superman. The runner-up was really hard to decide because of how many great suits DC has adapted so far in years. I have happily decided that the second best DC suit ever is the Blue Beetle suit from the 2023 movie. This is one of the greatest adaptations we've seen in a comic book suit probably ever, not just talking about DC. The colors are there, the armor is there. I love the new details that they added to the armor that weren't visible in comic art, especially with certain lines, different textures and stuff. Especially also with the black portion of the suit, they have different textures, more alien type textures that we haven't seen really in the comics. And Shirley Maridueña just embodies Jaime Reyes both off and on the suit. The suit really does pop when it's shining, with the lights are on, especially with the eyes and parts around his body. Just overall, a really good adaptation of a comic book suit. And I really can't wait to see more of Shirley Maridueña as Jaime Reyes in the future of the DCU. And now, the top 1. Probably my favorite adaptation of a comic book suit from DC ever. I'd say. Don't forget, this is only my opinion, so don't quote me in the comments for this. My top one is the Jason Momoa Aquaman suit from 2018's Aquaman. When I tell you that literally no one was expecting them to adapt this and adapt this so faithfully, you probably wouldn't have believed me. But I remember back when this movie was getting marketed, everyone was wondering how they were going to do the suit and if they were going to do the suits. When they actually revealed it, everyone was mind blown of how accurate this one is to the comics. No, the only real big change with this version of Aquaman is how different it is from the comics. Aquaman was also always the butt of the joke in the Justice League, the guy who could talk to fish, right?
Go fuck another fish, asshole.
An Aquaman fucking fish.
Well, yeah, obviously. He bangs chicks, good for him. He fucks dudes, got no problem with that. He starts fucking fish.
Get the fuck out of here! That shit garbage!
And this movie redefined the character for general audiences, basically everyone, including me. But Jason Momoa just did something with the character and just made me really like him. But let's talk about the suit. The suit is perfect. The scales are there for the orange golden parts. The colors are there, which I really do like. I love the shade of green that it actually shows for the bottom half of the suit. The trident really does match with the rest of the suit, and also how he got it was really cool. This was the armor of King Atlan in the DCEU. I don't know if it's like that for the comics. I don't think it is. It's a really good explanation of how he would get the armor and how he would use the armor as Aquaman and how he looks, especially, which looks really good. I love the detail for his muscles, for, you know, sort of fit how Jason Momoa actually does look, and he looked huge in that movie, by the way. This is my favorite adaptation of a DC suit ever to live action easily. So that was just my list of some of the suits I really do like from DC. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you subscribe, leave a like and comment down below what do you think of this list and what is your favorite DC suit that have ever adapted to live action. I'm curious. I'm George. Peace out. Take care.